Alrighty, boys and girls, this is the big dog, the Pragmasis Protector 19mm chain. Absolutely bolt cutter proof. Short of having some kind of industrial hydraulic shear maybe that you'd find in a junkyard attached to an excavator, you're not cutting this with bolt cutters, guaranteed. Even the 16 is bolt cutter proof. I couldn't cut it with my gauntlet of bolt cutters over here. However, nobody has really tested it against the angle grinder. So more material equals more time to cut, so that should relay here. The 16mm chain took about a minute. I mean, not being in prime circumstances like this vise and everything here, maybe 2 minutes, which is about as good as it gets. So let's see how long this one will hold off. Minute 13. That is an impressive amount of time. 3:40, so 2 minutes and 40 seconds, or somewhere in there. 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. And this is in the ideal conditions. The thicker this chain gets, and the more that you have to keep this thin disc held perfectly in that slot, any kind of twist is going to make this disc fly apart. I don't have the guard on here simply because I know, kind of what we're doing, and everything's in pretty stable conditions. But in the field, you definitely want to have a guard on this. We probably should now. If you try this at home, make sure you have a guard. That is an astounding, impressive amount of time. You can see that if it actually would have lasted just a little bit longer, we would have ran out of battery. Now, I would go as far as to say that I would consider it a criminal's probably not going to be packing extra batteries or extra discs. So if you had a chain or device that was able to put off a battery-powered angle grinder to the point where it was able to wear down a disc, which this is pretty close. I mean, I don't have a whole lot more room there. This thing was, you know, that big around before. Just to give you an example here of how much you lost. And then not to mention being that low on a battery with this caliber of a machine. This is the most powerful battery powered angle grinder on the market that there is. I'm well versed in the different angle grinders and different tools on the market, and this is with a 5.0 battery. So I bet if we only had a 4.0 battery, it probably wouldn't even have made it. So we're starting to approach the the limitations on what this can and can't do. But still, as far as this goes, it's still able to cut it. So hopefully this is educational to everybody. It doesn't, nobody's really taking the time to spend the money to buy the product to break it like me. So subscribe, share, and like. I'm spending my money to show you guys what happens because you requested it. So that's all there is to it. These products exist. These products exist. This is what happens when you bring the two together. We're not trying to show people how to steal stuff. They already know. The criminals already know. It's just a matter of if you saw a bike with this chain wrapped around it and a giant padlock that would be just as efficient at holding off bolt cutters and angle grinders, and you saw one holding a bike with this chain on it with a master lock, which bike's going to get stolen? You don't have to outrun the bear people. You just have to outrun everybody else. Just make them move on to a different bike, different motorcycle, different generator, different product out there. For more information, check out the website below.